I'm Bob Middeke with Biz Talk Texas, and would you introduce yourself?
I'm Mary Allen Houston, and I own the Lightning Ranch here at Pipe Creek, Texas. And I purchased this. It's an old Lightning Ranch. It's been here for a number of years, and it needed some work done. I needed a bucket list to do, so this is what I've done. We're turning this into a family-oriented for the kids and families. It will be priced as such. We'll have aquaponics. We're going to have milk goats. We're going to have chickens. We're going to have rabbits. We have the horses for the trail rides. We have the arena for all different types of events, from livestock shows to rodeos and concerts and everything. All nonprofit organizations get to use the arena for nothing. Okay. The reason is that I was raised on a ranch in West Texas, and I think every child should spend at least 2 years working on a ranch to teach them where things come from,
Right.
and to appreciate things a lot more. And this is what we're going to do here. We're going to be able to hire the handicapped to work with the aquaponics, and then in some of the other industries that we will be having here. We're going to be totally self-sustained. We will have solar, rainwater catch system, and the aquaponics runs on about 10% of what a normal garden will run. We'll be able to have the organic vegetables here in the restaurant. We will be able to sell them to the public at a regular price. We will be able to give some to the Meals on Wheels to help those in need. What's left over, we will dehydrate and vacuum seal. And then people that are in need of food, they'll be able to stop by, because this is all going into a nonprofit organization as soon as it is finished. And the best way that we can preserve the vegetables for them to where they don't perish is to dehydrate them, and all they have to do is add water and seasoning, and they have a soup. Throw a dog bone in, you have soup.
Right.
Macaroni.
Can you tell me a little bit about the GoFundMe that you have going right now?
What I did was my inheritance was in the oil, and I was in West Texas. I was born and raised there. And I'm, I believe, the 5th generation and 1st generation to really make any money off of it, and I know what it was going to do. And I wanted to help the kids. I have another nonprofit organization that we set up, and we've helped a lot of families in need and everything. And I wanted the inheritance to stand for something and help, and not just be sitting in the ground waiting for somebody to drill a hole and wish, that they get a gold mine.
Right.
And everything. We need to get to these kids nowadays. We need to teach them more day to day. We need to teach them life. I have some land that some of the kids have worked for me in Mountain Home, and some of them came up one day and said, "Miss Mary, I'm sorry, but I failed you. I can't do this work." And I told them, I said, "No, you didn't fail." And they said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Did you learn something?" He says, "Well, yeah, I learned that I don't like this kind of work." And I said, "Then you've learned a good lesson, so you haven't failed. So find something else and try it." These kids need places to go. We have a lot of low income and a lot of drug problems in this area and all the areas. We are going to have the land available so that the kids can have their animals through FFA and 4-H here. Hopefully I'll be able to get in contact with breeders that will also help donate animals for this situation too.
Right.
And we have the cabins for rent. There's no TV, no swimming pool. There's going to be a big pile of dirt, bunch of Tonka toys and everything. And I hope every one of them goes home or goes back into the cabin good and dirty. If they want to swim, they're going to do like we did. I was raised on a ranch and we turned the water sprinkler on.
There you go.
When it rained, we ran up and down in the mud puddles barefooted.
Right.
And that's exactly what we want them to do here. We want them to have the experience of ranch life. Even though it's not a large ranch, we will have a small portion of it to where they can enjoy it and everything. And it will be priced accordingly.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, I'm 70, okay? I remember when communities were communities, okay? We have lost a lot of that. I think one of the most influential movies that I watched or I have seen is that Pay It Forward, that could explain my feelings, because at one point I was laid up in the hospital. Should have been a week and it was a month. Should have been back to work in 10 days and it was 6 months. And my boss continued to pay me, or my son and I would have been out on the streets. When I went to Mr. Horner to make payments, he says, no. He says, one of these days you'll be able to help people. Along with my grandmother that said, no matter how ill you are, there's always those that are sicker. No matter how poor you are, there are always those that have less. You always have something you can share, even if it's a hug. And those people are the ones that basically kind of formed my hard-headed attitude. Along with the
can I give you a hug now?
Oh yes, you may give me a hug.
All right. Sounds like a great idea.
Well, by putting this into a nonprofit foundation, it will stay here for years to come. It will be kept up, maintained that way. And we're going to be making a lot of the recreational toys, seesaws, slides, and different things like that with recycled things. We possibly one day will have a little workshop, okay? The school here in Bandera teaches solar, aquaponics, and rainwater catch system, okay?
Right.
Those kids can come out here and participate in that, okay? They get credit through the school. What we want to do as the foundation is give them scholarships.
Right.
Also, we will put through the youth rodeo and everything like that. A lot of them get belt buckles and things, but in addition, we will give scholarships. Because I was not aware that so many of the kids in this area were relying on the rodeo scholarships to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it. This is mainly to get them an education of some type, whether it's at a trade school or a university. And be here for those kids who have questions that, you can't go to your parents.
Right.
It's, think back in your life and the times that you needed to talk to somebody.
Right.
You needed some advice. And that's what we're going to try to do here. We have many teachers and nurses and professional people who have retired that are willing to come and help us do a lot of this whenever we get set up and have the kids here and everything. And it's going to be year round.
Is there anything I should have asked you that I haven't, or that you'd like to say?
Oh, gee, I could get on my soapbox and I could stand here for hours, but no, I think that basically covers it. It's a dream. It's my bucket list. It's the best thing I could think of to do with what I had inherited. And I'm hoping it's going to be kind of agro-tourism also, which is a new term that's coming up. Dude Ranch and agro-tourism. And I'm hoping to be able to set this up and it work in such a manner that other people would want to do it. And if they do, we will freely give them all the information they need. We will be teaching children how to, if they have an aquarium, how they can grow their own food at home. And just and things like this, how to start gardens at home and everything, because we're gonna hit a bad period one of these days. It's inevitable. And those that are able to fend for themselves are gonna be better off than those that can't.
True. Very true.
And that's what we hope this place, if such a thing, God forbid, happens, that we will be here to help also. So that's basically it.
I sure
And being
appreciate
half
this.
crazy helps.
Well, I mean, the older you get, the less crazy you feel, but other people may have a different opinion. I appreciate the time with you today.
I thank y'all very
And,
much.
I'm
both
glad
of
to
you.
come back out here and maybe when you get some stuff going on out here, we can come out here and do some video out there too.
We are so close to getting things done. It rained the other day, or we would have been hauling more sand into the arena
Right.
and working on that and everything. But it's a gigantic change from what it was. But it's a
Well, you've got
beautiful piece of
got a
land.
huge arena.
Oh yes, oh, yeah. We'll be able to have livestock shows, and we'll be able to have the rodeos, and then the pins are portable, where if we need the whole length of the arena for some function, that we can do it. We're hoping, I'd like to see the chuck wagon races. I saw them in Calgary,
Wow.
Canada, years ago when I was about 16, just a couple of years back.
Yeah.
And I'd
One or
love
two.
to, yeah, or two. I'd love to see it again and everything. There's so many people that do diversified things too. It's just not only rodeos, but concerts, anything.
Well, maybe we can get a big cowboy come out here,
Who knows?
Travis Tritt or somebody come out here. And, I don't know that many of them, so I had to think about it.
We can always bribe them.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it
And I'm
very
looking
much.
forward to come back out here and spend some time.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Y'all take care.